What up? Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Want y'all to hit the like. Sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Still rocking and rolling. Salute to all of my subs rocking with me. My day ones, and if you fuck with me, you fuck with me, and if you don't, well, it's fuck you too. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but definitely appreciate any type of hate or any type of disgust that you try to bring my way. I love that too. All right, I appreciate all that shit. Salute to the LDBC family, Lions Den basketball and boxing community, and I appreciate y'all rocking with me too as well. Look, I've been gone for a couple of days now. I just got warmed up talking about a couple of things today. I was talking about the Shannon Sharpe situation briefly, and then I was talking a little bit of WNBA, but now we finna really dive in deep to some of the things that have been swirling around the internet that I have not talked about, okay? And I know YouTube is a little mad at me right now. I don't care. I could care less, okay? I could care less how they feel. Now, let's be real about something, right? Let's be real. Let's be real clear right now about some things. Shannon Sharpe right now is running things. He's pretty much dominating the internet right now. Okay? Whether you like it or not. And I know I'm going out of order and everything. I'm going to mix it around a little bit. We're talking about a couple of things. But at first, a lot of people had a lot of vitriol for Shannon Sharpe. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't truly understand why. Okay, maybe he doesn't like, his own kind. You know what I'm saying? Now, he has children of his own kind. So what that says is that at one point in time, he was messing around with black women, but that's not my bone to pick with Shannon Sharpe, so to speak. Pause. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it, Matt Moses? Look, Shannon Sharpe has the right to do whatever he wants to. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to bring up the Paul Pierce situation. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that situation right there, I can understand that. How come they didn't give Paul Pierce, a chance when Paul Pierce, what he did was relatively way less harmless than what Shannon Sharpe did, and on top of that, Paul Pierce is a grown man, just like Shannon Sharpe is, and he was doing something that was similar to Shannon Sharpe, which falls in the same category in terms of him being a grown man and being an adult. Okay, I'm pretty sure that, the overseers at ESPN and Disney and all that other stuff. I'm pretty sure if you went to some of their parties, you said Unc is a player. Yeah, they are players. Don't forget, man. A lot of y'all know Shannon Sharpe from being on TV, being on Undisputed or being on First Take or him having his podcast and everything. But y'all didn't know Shannon Sharpe being on the football field, and y'all didn't know who he was when he was younger. That's the Shannon Sharpe that I remember. I don't remember Club Shay Shay or Uncle Shay. No, I remember Shannon Sharpe. I remember that beast, man, in Denver to that opposition. And then on top of that, off the field, I mean, Shannon Sharpe was a guy that, of course, he took care of his body and taking care of his body and everything, and he still does now. But the one thing y'all didn't know about Shannon Sharpe, the dude, he was all about females. That's why all of y'all sitting up there talking, yeah, man, he fruity, he give off fruity vibes and all this other stuff. That's what I'm saying. But see, there y'all go. Y'all feel dumbfounded or y'all feel stupid now that you see that he's hitting him some skins. Why should it come down to like that? Are you mad because you not getting no booty? Are you mad because you ain't getting no pussy? Is that the reason why you mad? I bet that's what it is. I bet it's because you didn't expect him to get the ass that he's getting. Why would you be surprised? Why would you be surprised? I'm not surprised. Matter of fact, I applaud him. Do I agree with everything that Shannon Sharpe says and does? Absolutely not. Like, that whole total wine. If you look at Kenny the Jet Smith and you look at the way he walked funny. You know what I'm saying? He's not needed. Shaq talks about it all the time, about how football players, they walk funny. I mean, basketball players, they walk funny. Well, that's because of the constant pounding and the constant toll that it takes on your body. And on top of that, the injuries that you sustain as a player. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't realize that. So Shannon Sharpe, man, if you saw him standing in front of Total Wine and he looks, he looks a certain way, well, it isn't because it doesn't necessarily mean that the guy is fruity, but of course, with the internet and technology and the way that you could do stuff, Photoshop stuff and everything like that, I mean, like they say, the internet is undefeated. The internet is undefeated. It's definitely undefeated. And you'll never win. But guess what? Shannon Sharpe, he ended up winning in the end. And I'm loving it, man. Shannon Sharpe is running things right now. Shannon Sharpe went from a guy who they talked about because of his accent, because of his, I guess you could say his speech impediment, to that degree or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to even say speech impediment. I'm going to say because he maybe didn't articulate the words correctly like they wanted him to when he was on CBS, NFL. Shannon be like, Skip, last night I found this chick, Michelle. I clapped them. Man, Shannon out there growling like Scooby-Doo. Yeah. Hey, I growl all day. You know what I'm saying? Growl all day. That's what you're supposed to do. Like Michelle, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he hitting the skins. Some of y'all probably, hitting a Handa. You know what I'm saying? That's her name, a Handa or Handa, not Hannah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use your hand and shit with a little bit of lotion and oil, whatever the fuck you be using and shit. in the back of your mama's house and shit. And y'all mad at him because he actually a grown man getting skinned, doing what a man is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that we got here. All right, that's the way that we're supposed. That's what you're supposed to do. I mean, it's sad that we got to go back to elementary. You're supposed to go to a woman and caress her until you get her where you're supposed to have her. But unfortunately, y'all don't live like that. This society is so predicated on internet, behind the screen. I want to get to her, but I can't. Fuck all that shit. Hey, you gonna hear me doing that. You said Shannon do? Hey, yeah, that's fine. Do what you do. At least there ain't no allegations of him. You know what I'm saying? Like Young Buck or Dwight Howard or Chingy or any of them having to worry. Well, we know Chingy. Unfortunately, that other girl. That that tranny Transformer came out and basically said that. She lied and he lied, whatever it is, they lied. But at least it ain't those type of allegations. Y'all wanted it to be, with the other way and all this other stuff. But now it's a female. Now you got to find some other angle. Now it's like, what about Paul Pierce and all this other stuff? Or what about Michelle Beadle and all this other stuff? And I stood on this. I think Paul Pierce should still be at ESPN. I hate what they did to Paul Pierce. Yeah, he held it down for the brother. I mean, he always been holding it down for the brother. Man, Shannon Sharpe is not no coon. Now, has there been times when Shannon Sharpe has, you kind of had to look at him sideways a little bit? Yeah. Like, I didn't like the shit that he did with Russell Westbrook. Okay? I didn't like that shit. And there was some things that, there's some points that he's made that I don't necessarily agree with. But for that matter, when I look at Shannon Sharpe and then I look at Stephen A. Smith, I look at Shannon Sharpe in a total different light, man. In terms of holding it down. But yeah, Shannon Sharpe has always been, a real nigga, so to speak. But the thing about it is, he has his own preference. But you got to think about it. His kids are black, though. So put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? His daughter, his kids, you've seen his kids. His kids are black. You said, I guess ESPN don't like straight men, allegedly. Now, I don't know about all that, but I mean, listen, what preference they have is what preference they have. And listen, this is the thing. This is what you got to understand, Cheyenne. ESPN is looking at this as listen, if Shannon Sharpe leaves right now, they would lose a lot of momentum. I mean, yeah, if Stephen A. Smith, if they lost him, if they lost Pat McAfee, if they lost guys like that, they would lose motion. But definitely Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is he brings motion, he brings value to the network. You know why? Because he set the internet on fire with the interview from with Cat Williams. All right, he did historic numbers. Okay, then on top of that, he was already the butt of drama with the whole Skip Bayless situation over there, Undisputed. So that was dominated the internet at one point. So he already had momentum. Then on top of that, you bring him over there to First Take, which they're the top debate show still, whether you like it or not. They're still the top debate show. And then you're bringing him over there to ESPN, which some people have that regarded as the number one network and all this other stuff, which I don't. I mean, why would ESPN want to lose that? Their ratings are going to go through the roof. And then the next time he has an interview on Club Shay Shay, that's going to go through the roof. Anything that Shannon Sharpe, they're looking for Shannon Sharpe right now, anytime he's on the network. Yeah, Stephen A., he's there, but Stephen A. he's old news now. Right now, what is hot is Shannon Sharpe. And then on top of that, shout out to Ticket TV because he brought up a good point too. Speaking of Pat McCaffrey can sit up there and call Caitlin Clark a white bitch and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to look at that, and then you got to look at this. If you fire him for doing something that's natural, well, I'm gonna be like, hey, well, you let this dude disrespect, who they have as the best college women's college basketball player and the best WNBA player, quote unquote. What's up with it, Angelo Bell? I see you in here, man. Yeah, he a good dude, man. I mean, he all about. That's why Chad Ochocinco messes with Shannon, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys, man, like, y'all didn't know these guys. Y'all looking at the older version of these guys. Like, if you really want to know what an athlete's life is as a grown man, in the prime of your life, just go watch Any Given Sunday. That's what I tell you all the time. Go watch Any Given Sunday. Yeah, Angelo Bell, man, I got my kids' games this weekend. Matter of fact, I got to go get my son a right-handed glove because he got his T-ball game on tomorrow, and then my daughter got her soccer game. But anyways, yeah, if you play football, you play basketball, you've been in the locker rooms and stuff like that. Y'all think all these guys, they have to be. Jordan talked professional than a motherfucker, man, when he was in behind them, when he had to address the media and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? He did everything else. You know what I'm saying? But he knew when it was time to play, it was time to play. Shannon Sharpe, he could do whatever the hell he wants to. He's a grown-ass man. What he does in private, hey, that's his. As long ready to go, ready to debunk any or debate any talking points, or to get to do his podcast or to give an interview, and he's ready to go. What else can you say? You play high school football? What position did you play, Matt? Friday Night Lights. Yep, Friday Night Lights. But, man, today, man, we got Miami and Buffalo. Thursday Night Football. We got Miami and Buffalo. And speaking of Miami, we got to talk about that motherfucker Tyreke Hill. If y'all don't know, my motherfucking favorite receiver in the league is Tyreke Hill, okay? Before that, it was AB. All right? They both got similar styles, except Tyreke Hill is way faster than AB. Way faster, but better hands, AB. Right? Better creativity, AB. You know what I'm saying? More athletic, Tyreke Hill. More versatile, I got to give it to Tyreke Hill. Overall, better receiver though. Better at touchdowns, AB. They similarities are so great. When I look at AB, when I look at Tyreke Hill, I see AB. That's why I like him. You was all county defensive tackle, and played tight end. Oh, okay, that's why you love the sport so much. Okay. Okay, tight end. So you must be a big dude, man. What you about 6'4", man? You said people need to. Oh, okay, you 6'1". Okay. Yeah, all right. So you was you played both defense and offense. Okay. That's what's up, man. All right, you said people need to leave Uncle Shay alone. What he was doing is the same way I got kids, and that's getting some box. Yeah, but hey, they wanted Shannon Sharpe. They wanted him. They wanted it to be something else. They wanted it. You know, the reason why the internet is, they're mad right now. They're angry at now. They're frustrated because they wanted him to be caught. They wanted it to be something else. They wanted it to be like, see, I told you Shannon Sharpe was this and Shannon Sharpe was that. But no, they want to go on something else. And see, that's the thing. I think the brother Turra was saying, shout out to Turra. I think Turra was talking about, oh yeah, even when he did this, it's still people that still hated him. Now they're saying, oh yeah, it was fake and all this other stuff. Nah, you can't fake that. How the hell he gonna fake some moans and shit like that? Like at first, you know what I'm saying? You probably been like, oh yeah, that was a porn or something like that. But nah, that was Shannon because you could clearly hear him saying Michelle. Yeah, he had a moaning. I don't know about screaming, but he had a moaning. Mac make it seem like she was like, ah! And a hollering and all that other stuff. Nah, it was just some moaning. It's just like, you know, some normal grown man, grown woman getting it in. And I'm not mad at that. Matter of fact, I think some of y'all niggas be getting off on that shit. Y'all niggas be getting off on that shit, man. Oh Lord. Alright, man, let's talk about Tyreke Hill. First and foremost, man, let me say this, alright? I respect everybody's opinion about Tyreke Hill. Okay, if you felt like Tyreke Hill was in the wrong, like in the beginning or whatever, or he threw more gasoline on the fire, that's on you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say that. But I'm gonna go at another angle. Some of y'all really don't know what y'all would do in that situation until you've been in that situation. Some of y'all that are black have never been pulled over by the cop. Some of y'all have never been approached by law enforcement. That has happened to me, what Tyreke Hill went through. Listen, these guys, man, that come there, man, they try to go on a power trip. And listen, is there good law enforcement out there? Yes. I'm not saying all law enforcement are bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had some people in my family that have had to protect and serve or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And you probably do in your family. In this case, right? Okay, he said don't knock on my window like that or whatever. All right. He gave him his license. He gave him his insurance and everything like that. He didn't want. He probably did. He just probably. This was probably something that he normally did. That's what I'm saying. This is probably he probably just used to giving his stuff or whatever. And then the fact that they're making it seem like this dude was going. What they say? They said he was going 100 and some. I think they said 185. Some astronomical speed that he was doing or whatever. But it was like, how could he be going that fast when the stadium is right there? Yeah, it's the fact. Well, look, the fact. Let's just call it what it is, Matt. Tyreke Hill was looking like one of them dudes from Little Haiti, man. He looked like one of them dudes straight out of Little Haiti. Like how Tyreke Hill, except his dreads was, you know what I'm saying, the way that he got his hair or whatever, a little bit. I think he cut him short a little bit because when he had longer hair or whatever. But in Miami, that's what you see. I got a couple of friends out there in New Smyrna. I got a couple of friends in Jacksonville. I had a friend in Tallahassee. Nigga, they all look alike, nigga. They all look alike, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They got dreads. A couple of my friends, man, they cut their hair or whatever. But man, that's what they would look like, man. They would have these long ass dreads, dark skin, dark than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But Tyreke Hill, okay, he got his white beater on. You know what I'm saying? Cut up and everything. And he got a gold chain and shit. Yeah, he gonna look apart. He don't look like he look like one of the Miami niggas. He do. You said that. What was Cap? They put the knee on. And he's clearly telling them they was wrong. Man, that dude had no reason to snatch him out of the vehicle like that. He wasn't a threat to them. Okay. What I knew Stephen A. Smith was gonna try to come with this how we could justify how the police was in the right and he was in the wrong. I knew Stephen A. Smith was gonna do that shit. Because what he had that, okay, when you roll your windows up, the police they're prompt to be prepared for anything, prepared for the worst or whatever. Because he had presidential tents, tents where you the argument is like, what if he had pulled down the window and pulled something out? But the fact that he gave him his information first, that lets you know that he doesn't pose any threat. Yeah, the cop was racist. I don't give a fuck if he was Cuban, Hispanic, or whatever. Listen, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'll put it to you like this, man. They not out of bounds either. You know what I'm saying? They, just as well as they got white racist cops, they got Hispanic cops that are racist too. They got black cops that are racist too, that are Uncle Toms and shit. Like boys in the hood type motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Player clubs type of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Faith on Love and the father from Good Time type of cops and shit. Uncle Toms and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Oreo motherfuckers that wanna, they mad. You know what I'm saying? Because they envious, that the street niggas is getting it. They getting all the cars. They getting all the money. They getting all the females. They got the bravado. and they got to work a 9 to 5, not probably not paying that good. Wife probably cheating on them. You know what I'm saying? Kids is just as bad as the hoodlums that they pulling over and shit. But they want to take all that anger out on you. Yeah, I know y'all. I know some of y'all niggas ain't gonna like that shit. Yeah, why would wait? Listen, he did everything that he was supposed to. He said, "Look, I got a game and everything," but that dude didn't like the way that he came at him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like the way that he came at him. He didn't like the fact that he got a nigga in there. You know what I'm saying? Driving away a car that he wished that he could dream of. Man, Tyreke Hill. Now, I don't know his financial situation. You know, he got hella kids. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say Tyreke Hill was able to just pay cash money and walk off the lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to do that. But he probably mad because he can't do that shit. That's what he mad at. Tyreke Hill was in the right. He did everything that he was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of people feel like, oh yeah, he threw more gasoline on the fire and all this other stuff. You don't know what you would have done in that situation either, because you sitting up in there. Don't knock on my window like that. Now, I mean, you know, maybe he shouldn't have said anything or whatever. Now, me myself personally, I would have did the same thing. I probably would have did what I forgot who said that they would have left their windows down. I'd have left my windows down, but I'm gonna keep my hey. I'm doing everything that I can to get your ass out of my presence before it get ugly, because especially if you're in a small town like Miami. Miami ain't no small town. Miami's one of the biggest cities and biggest tourist attractions in the world. So they gonna see all types of people. But if you go to a small town, they look like Tyree Hill. They gonna want to know where you going. They gonna want to know who you seeing. They gonna want to know what your business in town is. They gonna want to know how much money you got. They want to know. They already know what kind of car you ride. They want to know what you do for a living. They want to know how you got this car, all this other stuff. They want to dig into your personal information. Then they want to see, does this guy smoke weed? Do this guy got guns? All this other stuff. If you got a gun, is it registered? All this other bullshit. Is this nigga a part of this other stuff? Shit that they won't do to other people. Yeah, and I thought that was foul too, because he didn't want nothing to happen to his friend. He didn't want nothing to happen to his teammate. You know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to come to your teammate's aid. Now everybody talking about, oh yeah, well, Tyreke Hill should do what Kaepernick did and all this other stuff. Nah, don't do none of that shit. You still get your bag and all this other shit. Don't do what Kaepernick did. You know what I'm saying? Don't lie flat on the ground with the national anthem. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have your opportunity to speak out and shit like that. A lot of people up in here calling Tyreke Hill stupid and, oh, he shouldn't have did this and he shouldn't have did that. You don't know what you would have did in that situation. You don't know what you would have did in that situation. That's what tripped me out about people. They're like, well, I would have did this and I would have did that. But the first thing you ask them is, have you ever been stopped and um, been in a situation where they used excessive force? Well, no, but okay, it happened to me. It happened to me, man. I remember like it was or whatever, and it wasn't even my fault. I'll give you the story, all right? I'll give you a long story short. Pretty much what ended up taking place is um, my partner, my partner, he went to the restroom and he was drunk and he pissed in the sink. And the dude asked for my license or whatever. Now, I didn't know what went on, but, my partner, what I'm saying, he was drunk. He went to the store. I just said, hurry up and get up out of there, and he was like, he said, which one of you guys, pissed in the sink, in the bathroom or something like that or whatever. And I'm looking at my partner. I'm like, man, did you piss in the sink or something? And he was drunk off his ass or whatever. He didn't answer me. So I just immediately just put my head down or whatever. And he said, my partner, man, he had a cup and he had some beer in it, man. And I knew it was over from there. He said, what you got in the cup? And he said, apple juice. Man, Lord have mercy, man. He said, sir, can I see your license and everything like that? And I said, man, what do you need my license for? I asked him that. What do you need my license for? I didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? He said, sir, give me your license. I said, I don't have my license. I told him that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie to you. I told him that. Because I didn't feel like I did anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I gave him a fake name and stuff like that. And so that's when he said, go ahead, step out of the car. I said, I didn't do anything. That's what I kept repeating to him. And at this time I'm playing basketball and everything. I'm trying to stay out of there, out of trouble, and get back to where we was going. So I stepped out of the car, and immediately they come, trying to grab me and stuff like that. And he was like, give me your license, da 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 da. Now I'm 6'2", you know what I'm saying? And there were guys, these three. It was 3 to 4. It was one short dude, man. He had to be about like 5'8" or something like that. And then the rest of them was like about 6 foot or tall. There was a guy that was like about 6'5" or whatever. It took about 3 of them to bring me down on the ground. This is a small ass town or whatever, because they had radioed some other guys, and one of the guys he did that tactic that they did to Tyreke, by put the knee in his back and everything like that. And I'm telling them, I told them the same thing. They did the same type of thing to me. They put me on the ground and stuff. They reached into my pocket, and then they finally was able to get my license or whatever. And then that's when he was like, yeah, we got his license and everything like that. Why didn't you just give us your license and all this other stuff, being forceful and regret, real aggressive towards me and stuff. And that's when I got quiet or whatever. And he said, well, then he wanted to start asking me questions about what I did and stuff like that. And I said, I play for the team around here, the semi-pro team that I was playing with. Then he wanted to make conversation with me. Then he wanted to try to be my friend and stuff like that. Man, I just like, man, look, I'm just trying to get up out of here. Is there anything else y'all need from me? They ran my license. I was clear. I didn't want to be in that situation no more than what we were. But the thing about it is I wasn't in the wrong, because it was my partner's wrongdoing or whatever. And so they made him, pour out his beer. Now they could have I didn't have any open container, but he had a whole bunch of beer back in my car and stuff like that. But it was in the trunk and stuff. And we also had his sister rolling with us too. We were trying to take her somewhere. Yeah, man, it was real messed up. But the only thing that got us out of there is the fact that I told him that, I play for the, the semi-professional team, that was there and stuff. But then he wanted to start, trying to make conversation. But see, that's what it is. if you're doing something or whatever, then they want to treat you like that. But if I'd have been like a average Joe, just trying to, get to work and all this other stuff, then the situation probably could have turned out a little bit differently. So, I mean, I've been in that situation before. Like, if you're not doing anything wrong, but some people would have been like, yeah. My point is like, some people, in correlation to what I'm talking about with Tyreke, some people would have been like, yeah, you should have gave your license to the officer and all this other stuff or whatever. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I had like a couple of tickets or whatever that I didn't pay or whatever. Some warrants, so I didn't give it to him. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, they didn't care. They didn't care that he was an NFL player. They didn't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? And that dude's accent was real strong. It makes me wonder, man. Like it makes me wonder if that guy, because I was looking at doing some research about the Sonya Massey situation when they shot old girl in the house when she was just boiling water. That guy had a DUI. He had a DUI on his record. Okay, so then why he say Michelle? Come on, Lou. Is that her middle name? I don't care who it was, man. Hey, he was getting him some bootay. Salute to you, Lou. Hope you're doing all right, man. Why would he say? You know what I'm saying? Not unless they was having a threesome, Lou. You know, Nicole probably could have been, you know what I'm saying? You know, on the, probably kissing on him or whatever, and then, you know, he was getting it in with Michelle. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know if you've been involved in a threesome before, then you know what I'm saying. That's probably what But nah, I don't care who it was, man. Like, hey, I'm happy. I'm happy that he did. Now everybody like, they speculating, did he set this shit up just so that he could prove that he was, whether he did or whether he didn't. Hey, he's still setting the internet on fire, and guess what? Uh, Females still gonna throw it at him. You said his Instagram was not hacked. Probably won't, but I know this. It wasn't that wasn't fake. But see, uh, here's the thing. This is how society has. This is what society has come to. Now, it's so sad that we got to investigate a nigga that's doing something that we supposed to do as men. Okay, I think, what did men forget that we got OnlyFans out here? Do men forget that there's X videos out here? Do men forget that there's Pornhub out here? Do men forget that we are designed to be with a woman? Did y'all forget that? I mean, that's what I'm gonna teach my son. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I'm gonna teach him. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get it in. What are the pleasures he's supposed to do? Besides, the other extracurricular activities that he does, maybe a little smoking, maybe a little drinking or whatever the case is. Maybe, little wreck or something like that. Nah, man, you gotta release somewhere. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Lou. Everybody act like it's a crime what he did or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, what they want to see is they want to see controversy. They want to see this really isn't no controversy. ESPN really shouldn't even be really tripping on this. Oh, well, what you did was so unprofessional, stuff like that. Well, I could see it if from an online perspective or whatever. But I mean, if we're gonna go there, uh, I can always throw it back to the Pat McAfee thing, and he did it while he was on the air. Every time Shannon Sharpe has gotten on there, he's been professional. He's remained professional. He showed up for work. He showed up for duty. You know how Shannon Sharpe is. He's military about what he does. He gets mad at Ocho Cinco for not showing up on time. Well, we know that. I had already posted that. You know what I'm saying? ESPN isn't doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, go look at my community post. I reported that earlier. And old Shay Shay is still going to stay there. We already know that. But what I'm saying is the reason why I mentioned that though, Lou, is because, if they were talking about doing it, you would have to look back at that Pat McAfee situation when he called Caitlin Clark a white bitch or whatever. Now, I want to talk about this Trump uh, Kamala Harris debate. Okay. Now, first off, man, let me give a shout out to everybody that done talked about this already. All right, everybody that done talked about this. Like I said, I respect everybody's opinion. Now, this is my opinion, and this is what I felt. Okay. First off, this debate to me was a setup. It was rigged. Um, Donald Trump came in outnumbered. Okay. Uh, the moderators, they did a poor job, a very terrible job, and they did everything that they could to try to back Trump against the wall, so to speak, and pretty much aim at him with guns and tell him, okay, it's either you do this or else. It was that kind of thing. It was like, you back him in the corner. But it was like with Kamala Harris, you let her have her merry little way, and she still couldn't get off like how what a lot of people were looking for her to do. Listen, this debate was won by Trump just by a little bit. Now, I'm not letting Trump off the hook because there was a lot of things that he messed up on. But I want to start with Kamala Harris. First and foremost, she was dancing around all the situations. I see what you're saying, straight. All the women on the whole media against her. Well, no. Listen, let me say this. It was announced that he said he didn't want to debate her again. Now that right there, I felt like Trump had messed up. Okay, but let me get to Kamala Harris real quick. First off, Kamala Harris, she danced around the issues. People want to sit up here and say that what's it called? Trump couldn't answer the questions in terms of the veto and all this other stuff. Well, Kamala, you couldn't answer the questions, the obvious questions about what your race was. You didn't want to face up to that. Then on top of that, you didn't want to face up to several different issues. You would, as much as people want to sit up here and talk about what Trump was doing in terms of when he was asked a question, he would spiral off into something else, especially when he talked about the immigration stuff, which I'm gonna get to in just a second. You didn't want to answer the questions about the termination rights and the Roe versus Wade and all of that. I mean, you went on this emotional, drawn out uh, speech about you know what I think what a 12-year-old girl or something like that and all this other stuff. Man, listen, man. No, he didn't get destroyed. He didn't get destroyed. If he got destroyed, if he got destroyed, and who was they? He didn't get destroyed, man, because she wasn't making no sense. She wasn't even sticking to policies. You know what I'm saying? Let's start with that, and then on top of that, the reason why Trump didn't win by much is because now I noticed how they didn't want to stick with the immigration. They didn't want to stay on that topic because he could have easily blew her out of the water just on that topic alone. And he was hitting on some points though, but he let his ego get involved, man. Trump got a big ass ego, especially when you're dealing with a woman or whatever. A woman cuts deep, man. They just naturally gonna cut deep. They naturally gonna be petty, and they naturally are gonna hit you where it hurts. That's just what they do. Okay, that's just what they do. But the thing about it is, he didn't win by a lot. I'm not saying that, but he barely got out of there. But it could have went either way. But the only reason people are saying that Kamala, had won and stuff, a lot of times Trump was letting his ego get involved, and that's when he started talking about other things with Kamala Harris and stuff like that. That's just what Trump does or whatever. But he was right about what Kamala was trying to do. He was trying to regurgitate what Joe Biden was coming up there, just as much as she's saying. Joe Biden is saying that he Trump had no plan and all this other stuff. Well, Trump was right about them not having a plan. I think he said run, push, or something like that. He said something about. He said their plan is just pretty much is dummied down and is simplified, and they regurgitating the same stuff. It's like they pretty much rehearsed the same shit or whatever. So he was right on that. You know what I'm saying? But the debate was so sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Both of it pretty much was. I'll put to you like this: Kanye West could have got up there, and somebody somebody like Obama, Michelle Obama could have got up there, and it would have been a way better debate than this. But if anybody got the edge, I give it to Trump. He was outnumbered. The moderators were letting Kamala do whatever and say whatever she wanted or whatever. But when he would try to, get his sentence in or whatever, get anything in, then it felt like he was on eggshells and all this other stuff or whatever. Now, you said he didn't win in all. He didn't win in all. Well, hey, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? No, they didn't. He actually. You could automatically tell that they were biased or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, if you feel that way, hey, that's on you. I have my opinion. I'm not gonna sit up here and go back and forth with you who was right and who was wrong. Like I said, it's a matter of opinion. Matter of fact, I really don't give a shit about neither one of them. If you really want to be honest, it's really the lesser of two evils. You have one that doesn't know how to, be confident in who she is and stand on premise and stand on business on what she says. And then you got another motherfucker who's aging by the day or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and still thinking that he could pull off the same antics and stuff that he did 8 years ago. So, if you're in your feelings and all this other stuff, man, that's on you. I'm not in my feelings about it. But if I did have to give the edge to anybody, of course it is. I mean, the media is always going to play a part in it because they don't want... Listen, you bringing up all this stuff about the 32 charges and all this other stuff or whatever. I mean, I'm going to be real with you, man. People done moved on from that. You know what I'm saying? Now, you might have not moved on from that, but a lot of people have moved on from that. But what's at stake right now, they're not seeing it as much, but people do have questions about the immigration, about the migrants and stuff like that that's going on. Now, he did bring up listen, now that Trump done talked about it at the debate, guess what? Now you see everybody talking about the migrants supposedly eating roadkill and all this other stuff. But before that, they was barely talking about it that much. Now it's everywhere because of Trump. You know what I'm saying? 34, 32, it don't matter, man. You ain't got to get all technical. You up in here trying to debate me on some bullshit. Like you up in here thinking, oh well, he was so much better and that she was so much better. Neither one of them motherfuckers know what they doing. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something like this debate. If you really want to be real, what you said, Teddy Roosevelt Robinson, whatever the fuck your name is. Since you want to be real, let's go ahead and get real with you, all right? This debate further told you that you need to rely on yourself because I don't rely on neither one of them motherfuckers, all right? Okay? Right, yeah, you're right about that. And if you're going to come on my channel, make sure you come on right or I'll send your ass up out of here. And you ain't got to come here no more. Matter of fact, get the fuck off my channel, you stupid motherfucker. Yeah. Trying to come up in my channel like you run shit. I'm simply giving your ass an opinion. That's why I don't like talking about shit like this, because motherfuckers getting their opinion, they getting their feelings and shit. Like I said from the beginning, if you go back and you go listen, okay, go back and go listen, since you don't have no listening skills. I told your ass specifically. I told you. Okay, this is what I told you. I told you that I have respect for anybody who feels that Trump won or who feels that, what's her name, Kamala Harris won. I respect everybody's opinion. Like I said, man, if you felt like Kamala win, that's fine. Just leave it at that. But you want to come up in here. Man, I'm trying to. Hold on one second. Yeah, he gone. He out of here. Now, I was really interrupted by some clown man that tried to come up in here trying to tell me how to run my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because, everybody don't get everything perfect, I don't spend my time focusing on on Trump and Kamala Harris and stuff like that. That's not what I do 24/7, 365. But it don't matter. It don't matter about uh, anything, right? The fact is that he's still able to run for president of the United States. That's what the end game is. I gave you what a some chances. I try to let you live and stuff, but man, when you try to come up in here trying to be on some retarded shit, trying to be like, oh well, if you're gonna report it right and shit like that, nigga, you go get you a motherfucking shit and you report it on your own, motherfucker. All I'm doing is giving you a summary, nigga. Shit, my kids is my focus. Okay, my family is my focus. Not some nigga up in here that think they know me and shit. Donald Trump is not my focus. Okay, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. Yeah, what's up, Cypher? Kamala Harris is not my goddamn focus. This United Snakes of America is not my goddamn focus. Focus on your goddamn self. You think the United Snakes of America gonna be there when you sick in bed and shit like that? No, they not. You think Donald Trump gonna send you some flowers and shit like that, for your funeral? No, he ain't. So quit up sitting up here being either on what's his name, Donald Trump's top, pause, or quit being all up Kamala Harris stank ass pussy then. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, I don't play that stupid shit. You coming up in here acting like you running my shit. Oh well, if you're gonna report it right, nigga. You could report to the bitch that's probably fucking your friends and shit. How about you report to that bitch? I don't report to nobody, and I don't gotta report the shit how you feel that I do. I report it how I want to, when I want to, whatever style that I want to. This is my goddamn shit, not yours. Stupid motherfucker. You probably one of the ones that's on Shannon Sharpe helmet. You mad because that nigga getting head and he getting some pussy and shit, and you can't do shit. That's why you wanted to talk about this shit. You ain't want to talk about what niggas really doing shit. You too busy jacking off and shit. Punk bitch. Now, let me get back. Let me get back to this shit, man. Like I said, man. I'm not saying that Trump won by you know a whole bunch or whatever. I'm not saying he blew out of water. As a matter of fact, the debate could have went either way. If you say Kamala Harris won, that's on you. Okay. If you say Trump won, hey, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I felt from everything, but like I do stand on this. It was a sloppy ass debacle. It wasn't even no debate. It was a debacle. That's what it was. It was a debacle. A lot of people felt like Trump was set up. Um, it was very. It seemed like Trump was ambushed in a sense. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it, man. That's my thoughts on it, man. But other than that, man, I'm getting ready to go ahead and ride out, man. I'm not even in the mood for talking about this shit anymore, man. But make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications too. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man. I'll get at you.